Oleksandr Usyk says he's still interested in an Anthony Joshua fight. He'd like to fight AJ at Wembley. And he says he sees the AJ fight as much harder than Andy Ruiz. Now, is he just saying that because he wants to build up a showdown with AJ and get this big payday? Or is that what he genuinely believes? Because we know in boxing, styles make fights. I mean, I've had some imbeciles turn up in the comment section of some of my videos saying, oh, here goes Hatman talking about his triangle theory again. No, I'm not talking about no theory. I'm talking about facts. When I mention these triangle situations, it's not a theory. It's not theoretical. It's factual. Yeah, the fact is Joe Frazier beat Ali. The fact is Ken Norton beat Ali. The fact is Foreman came and wiped out Frazier and Norton. The fact is Ali then beat Foreman. That's a fact. Same with the Shane Mosley, Vernon Forrest, Ricardo Mayorga situation. The same with Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, and Andy Ruiz. I'm not talking about theories, I'm talking about facts. But getting away from imbeciles and back onto the topic of this video, is Usyk being strategic here because he knows that AJ at the moment anyway is the bigger name and is going to represent the bigger payday. And of course, Usyk is co-promoted by Matchroom and is on DAZN. So is he saying what he's supposed to say? Or is this what he truly believes? Yes, AJ is a bigger man than Andy Ruiz. He's got height and reach on Oleksandr Usyk. But it doesn't necessarily mean that he's a tougher fight. Maybe Andy Ruiz is a tougher fight. Ruiz is a guy who has slow feet. And of course, Usyk has got very fast feet. Usyk has got tremendous physical fitness, tremendous movement. We know this. Great boxing skills. But Ruiz does have fast hands. Ruiz is only, a couple inches shorter than Usyk. There's not much in it in terms of height, excuse me. Not much in it in terms of height. I'm not sure what the reach is, to be fair, of Usyk. What's Usyk's reach? Is it like 77, 78, something like that? Andy Ruiz's reach, I think, is about 74, 75. I don't know what the arm length is of both guys, but in terms of the height, Ruiz should be able to have more opportunities to land on Usyk than he would against a really tall guy who knows how to keep it long. More opportunities because Usyk tends to be a guy who throws quite a lot of punches. Joseph Parker was able to beat Ruiz because he kept the punch volume low. When you increase your punch volume against Ruiz, you increase the likelihood that he's going to be able to get one of those fast counter hooks off against you and hit the target. So I'd be fascinated to see how Usyk would fight Andy Ruiz actually. Whether he would be low volume like Joseph Parker or whether he would be, more high volume like he usually is. Because we have seen, certainly in the Breeders' fight and even in the Hunter fight, Usyk having a few issues with fighters who can box, with fighters who do have, good hand skills and are a bit more advanced. We've seen him have a few issues. Would Andy Ruiz be able to give him any issues? With the fast counter punching on the front foot? And that's essentially all Andy Ruiz does really, is he puts pressure on you. He does lead off occasionally, but he prefers to throw fast counters on the front foot. He will jab you to the body, but he's not like the typical Mexican who has a high punch volume. As soon as they get close to looking to rip with the body shot. No, that's not really Ruiz. Ruiz is a guy who really picks his spots. And he's a lot more economical than the stereotypical Mexican fighter. Front foot counterpuncher. That's what he is. He's a pressure fighter, yes, but he doesn't apply relentless pressure. He doesn't apply intense, under the cosh type pressure. It's kind of a slow, steady pressure that Ruiz applies with his feet. And then the fast counters on the front foot. It's an interesting style. There are not many pressure fighters around who employ that style. How would Usyk deal with it? Would he deal with it easier than he'd deal with AJ? Because a lot of people believe, particularly now that AJ's lost, that AJ would just be food for Usyk. That AJ's so clunky and predictable and stiff, Usyk could be able to box rings around him, maybe even stop him, because now AJ's punch resistance is under question more than it's ever been. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Which would be the more difficult fight for Oleksandr Usyk? Anthony Joshua or Andy Ruiz? And of course, perceptions change all the time. If AJ comes back and puts on a clinic against Ruiz in a rematch, a lot of the people who are doubting him now are going to become believers again. So, but, you know, it's just fun to speculate, and let me know what your perceptions are right now. So, yeah. What do you think, people? Would Usyk have a harder time against AJ or Ruiz? And is he being honest when he says that AJ is a tougher fight than Ruiz? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening. I'm out.